The United States government is approaching $40 trillion of national debt, and while most people are worried about how much money the government is spending, there's a quiet shift happening with our money that most people are completely missing. I'll show you. In the past, when the United States government would spend money it didn't have, it would borrow money from countries like China, the United Kingdom, and Japan. It would borrow money from American investors, that's banks, institutions, and regular people, and it would borrow money from the Federal Reserve Bank. But this is changing. Today, when the United States government spends money that it doesn't have, it's now not turning to foreign countries or American investors or even the Federal Reserve Bank. It's turning to cryptocurrency companies to fill that debt. This is not an accident. It's happening by design. And in this video, I'm going to show you how this change is going to impact your money and what this means for the economy and the dollar. So let me break it all down. By the way, I'm coming out to downtown Manhattan on July 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you're around, and you'd like to meet my team, come and hang out. It's a free meet and greet. I would love to say hello to you. I would love to meet you. Come say hello on July 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time in downtown Manhattan. If you are interested, all you got to do is just send me your name and email, and my team will send you the actual location closer to, because we don't want to publish it on YouTube. The form is down in the description. All you gotta do is just tell me your basic information and we'll send you where the meet and greet is exactly gonna be, but it's gonna be in downtown Manhattan on July 8th at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Tether is a cryptocurrency company and they now own more than $100 billion of United States debt. Now yes, Tether owns more United States debt than countries like Germany or the UAE, but the bigger part that you want to pay attention to is how fast they're lending money to the United States government, because it is anticipated that by the end of 2026, Tether could be one of the 10 top largest lenders to the United States government. And Tether is just one of the cryptocurrency companies doing this. Other cryptocurrency companies like Circle and Dai are doing the exact same thing, buying up United States debt. And one of the reasons why this is accelerating so much right now is because President Trump signed a new law called the Genius Act, which requires these cryptocurrency companies to buy up United States debt if they have stablecoins. Why is President Trump doing this? Well, let me read you an excerpt directly from the White House website. The Genius Act will generate increased demand for United States debt and cement the dollar's status as the global reserve currency by requiring stablecoin issuers to back their assets with treasuries and the United States dollar. In other words, it's President Trump's way to help bring value to the United States dollar. Now, just so we're on the same page, Tether is a crypto company that creates stablecoins, and the stablecoin that it creates is called USDT. This USDT is a cryptocurrency which is backed by the United States dollar. So instead of using the dollar, you can use USDT, which is essentially a cryptocurrency version of the United States dollar, and it is backed by the United States dollar. So one USDT is one United States dollar. Now, the reason why these cryptocurrencies are becoming more popular is because around the world, many people trust the United States dollar because it's the world's reserve currency, but it can be hard to actually get access to this dollar. But cryptocurrency is available around the world, so somebody in a third world country can use the United States dollar by using stablecoins instead of having to actually get the United States dollar. Now, the key point that I want to emphasize here is that one USDT, the stablecoin, is worth one United States dollar, and Tether has to own one United States dollar for every one USDT out there. This is what the new law requires. But the real reason why you want to pay attention to this right now is because of how fast this is changing money. Take a look. 10 years ago in 2016, Tether was valued at around $10 million. Fast forward to 2026, 10 years later, and now Tether is valued at around $185 billion. That is well over 1,000,000% growth over the course of a decade. And let me put that in perspective for you. Over the last 10 years, SpaceX has seen around 17,000% growth, and Nvidia has only seen about 6,700% growth, while Tether has seen well over 1,000,000% growth. Again, this is one of the reasons why I put together a brand new investing masterclass, because these changes with the government, the Federal Reserve Bank, are creating what I call the perfect storm. because there's changing happening with our economy, the dollar, and geopolitics all at the same time, which is creating a new and unique investment opportunity. And if you watch my investing masterclass, I'll show you where that investment opportunity is. It's a free masterclass. When you sign up for it, you're also going to get access to Market Briefs, which is my newsletter for investors, completely free. All you have to do is sign up. If you haven't seen the masterclass yet, I have that link for you down in the description below. Now, before I talk about the risks and concerns about the United States debt being owned so heavily by cryptocurrency companies, let me talk about the 3 reasons why the United States government wants this to happen. Reason number 1 is that the United States government now has almost $40 trillion worth of national debt, and we are spending billions of dollars every single day. Yep, every day that we don't have. And the government constantly needs more lenders lending money to the United States government. That way the government can keep spending money the way that it is. Problem number 2 is that the old lenders aren't there the way that they were before. Foreign countries like China, which were one of the largest lenders to the United States, are now sellers of United States debt. There are many countries around the world that are lending less money to the United States government. When the Federal Reserve Bank keeps lending money to the government, that causes inflation. We already have an inflation problem. Why? Because although it's called the Federal Reserve Bank, they're not a bank. You and I can't go there to deposit money. It's not sitting on any cash reserves, and it's not federal, which means when the Federal Reserve Bank lends money to the government, that money has to be printed out of thin air. So when the Fed lends money to the government, money has to be printed. That means more inflation has to happen. Not to mention that we've seen just general concerns by people in America and outside of America about what's going to happen to the dollar, which has made people more hesitant to continue lending money to the United States government by buying these treasuries, because there are concerns about inflation. There are concerns about the dollar. There's concerns about the future of the dollar, and all of those things have contributed to the old lenders not working the way that they were before, which is why the government still needs lenders. In fact, it needs more lenders today than before, and this is where cryptocurrency companies come in. And this ties in nicely to the 3rd reason, which is the government is worried about the dollar losing its status as the world's reserve currency. For about 100 years now, the United States dollar has been the world's reserve currency. It was not always the world's reserve currency, but it is today. And as the world's reserve currency, the dollar has a lot of value. It has a lot of power. That allows the government to continue spending money that it doesn't have. That allows the country to be richer than it would be otherwise, because we can just keep printing more of this dollar. We can't print more wealth, but we can print more dollars. But inflation gets to stay calmer because people still have trust in the dollar. Not just in the United States, but around the world. But if people start to leave the dollar loses value. Inflation becomes a bigger problem. And this is why the United States government needs buyers of the dollar, because if there are buyers of the dollar, that means the dollar continues to have value. If nobody wants to buy the dollar, nobody wants to lend money to the government, they don't want to hold on to these dollars, well, now the dollar becomes worthless. That's a big problem. So the government needs interest in the dollar. And so what did the government do? It has required by law to have certain companies, cryptocurrency companies, now back stable coins 1-to-1 with the United States dollar, which means we now have a whole new cohort of lenders to the United States government, which helps show security around the world that there's still buyers for the United States debt. And these buyers for this United States debt are accelerating because these cryptocurrency companies are now buying more and more of this United States dollar, which shows that they're still lenders to the United States government. Now, this really helps to understand how cryptocurrency companies like Tether actually make money, because what I showed you a minute ago is that 1 USDT, the stable coin, equals 1 USD. Now the question is, when you go out and you buy this USDT, how does Tether actually make any money? And the way that it works now is if you go out and you buy $100 worth of the stable coin, this USDT, Tether must go out and make sure they own $100 of this United States debt. Now, when Tether goes out and they lend this $100 to the United States government, the US government now has to pay interest back to Tether because it's a loan. When you lend money to your broke cousin Bunty, he's supposed to pay you back interest. When you lend your money to the United States government, this is called a treasury bond. The government has to pay you interest. So you took $100 and you bought 100 USDT. Tether then has to buy 100 USD of loans from the United States government. That 100 USD of loans now generates interest to Tether. As of today, it's paying out somewhere between 4 to 5% in interest, depending on how long these loans are out for maturity. But that means now for every dollar that Tether has, they're generating interest just by sitting on that dollar. So when people buy more USDT, Tether owns more of United States debt. Tether gets to generate more interest just because you're using their currency. And so they take that money, they lend it to the government pays Tether interest. To put it in perspective, there are about 100 people that work at Tether that made over $10 billion in 2025, making them one of the most profitable companies by employee in the history of time. Now, while all of this sounds good so far, it also comes with risks. The fastest growing owner of this United States debt is no longer the Fed or American institutions or foreign countries. It is now a private company or multiple private cryptocurrency companies, which means if there was some sort of crash in stablecoins, people lost their trust in stablecoins and started selling out of the USDT, then Tether would have to sell out of their United States debt, which means now the United States bond market would crash, which could rattle not just the United States markets, but global markets, because the entire world is watching the United States bond market. And that all hinges on people's trust in stablecoins. Risk number 2 is Tether, the company itself. Remember, Tether makes money off of these interest rates. Well, do you know who decides these interest rates? The Federal Reserve Bank. And right now, we are in an environment where interest rates have been higher for longer. Higher interest rates are not good for your mortgage, but they're great for Tether, because that means Tether gets to make more money on every dollar that you buy with USDT. And that means every dollar gets lent to the United States Treasury, and that means more money for Tether. So Tether loves higher interest rates because they get to make more money. And right now, we don't know what's going to happen in the rest of the year. There's talks about the Fed continuing to raise interest rates in 2026, which would be great for Tether. But what happens if the Fed were to cut interest rates? Because if the Fed starts cutting interest rates, now all of a sudden, this income stream for Tether goes away. And if this income stream goes away and Tether has to change their business or they start to struggle as a company, that could pose risk now for the entire United States bond market, not just the Tether company, but the entire United States bond market, which can impact the entire United States stock market, which can impact the entire global economy. Risk number 3, which really isn't that big of a risk, is Bitcoin crashing. Now, I know a lot of people are concerned that if Bitcoin continues to fall even harder, what is that going to do with stablecoins? And actually what we've seen historically up until now is that Bitcoin crashing is actually good for stablecoins. And the reason why is because when Bitcoin crashes, people want safety. And in the cryptocurrency market, safety means stablecoins. So when people are worried about Bitcoin, they buy more stablecoins. So that's actually good generally for Tether based off of what we have seen over the last 10 years. This is why you want to pay attention, because our money as we know it is changing. Before, the United States dollar used to be backed by gold. That changed in 1971 when then President Richard Nixon took the dollar off the gold standard. After that, the United States dollar was backed by oil. This was called the petrodollar after the United States built an agreement with Saudi Arabia back in 1974 to have oil sales around the world sold in the United States dollar. That brought value to the United States dollar. But then after the pandemic, that started to break because then we started to see countries selling oil in the Chinese yuan, not the United States dollar. Now here we are in 2026, and it's changing again because now the United States dollar wants to be backed by cryptocurrency in this way as a way to continue to drive trust, faith, and value in the United States dollar, which means money is going to move. Now, you can't go out and invest in the Tether company because it is privately traded. It's not a publicly traded company. There are other companies like Circle, which are publicly traded, but you want to understand now that this is going to change money, which is why, again, it is so important for you to be an investor. That way you can capitalize on these changes. Again, I have a free investing masterclass for you down in the description if you haven't signed up for that just yet. But what we talked about in this video is that President Trump has passed something called the Genius Act, which is now requiring stablecoin companies to back their stablecoin with the United States dollar. Why does this matter? Because right now the United States government has about $40 trillion worth of national debt, and the old lenders of foreign countries or American institutions, the Federal Reserve Bank, aren't lending the way that they were to the United States government, but the government continues needing more debt. And if we continue needing more debt, we need more lenders to lend money to the United States government, because if the government cannot get that money, that could cause a huge meltdown in our economic system and the global economic system. And this is where the solution under the Trump administration is to have stablecoins now go out and buy this debt. When I first started learning about money management, I avoided using a credit card because I thought that credit cards are bad and evil. And then when I realized that I knew how to spend my money and I wasn't going to spend money I didn't have for credit card perks and points, I realized that I could earn more cash back. I could earn more perks and points for doing nothing except making the transactions that I would normally make anyways with a credit card instead of a debit card. And that's why I partnered with my sponsor Finance Buzz to put together an article of some of my favorite credit cards. Now here's the caveat. If you don't know how to manage your money, don't use a credit card. But if you're comfortable using a credit card, in this article with my sponsor Finance Buzz, I go over some of my top credit cards based off of different types of tiers. If you have credit card debt and you want to pay it off faster, I go over some of the top 0% APR credit cards. This will give you an opportunity to attack the credit card debt faster while not accruing any interest during the 0% APR period. I go over some of my favorite cashback credit cards. That way you can earn more points and cashback while you spend on your normal transactions. I go over some of my favorite travel cards for those of you that are traveling more often and earning more income. And then I go over some of my favorite business credit cards as well. So if you know how to manage your money and you're comfortable using a credit card, you can see some of my top credit cards right now in the free article that I have for you down in the description. And so what we've seen happen is that over the last 10 years, Tether went from a $10 million company to a $185 billion company, which is a growth of about 1,000,000% in valuation. And now Tether is one of the 20 largest owners of United States debt in the world, and it could be one of the 10 largest owners of United States debt globally by the end of 2026. And they're just one of the cryptocurrency companies doing this, and it is planned to accelerate not just in 2026, but in the coming years as well. To put that in perspective, Nvidia grew by 6,700% and SpaceX by 17,000% over the last 10 years. So we're talking about many multiples more for Tether. Well, this obviously has some risks. Risk number one is what happens if people lose faith in stablecoins or in Tether? That could force people to sell, which would force a selling of these United States treasuries, which would cause a crash in the United States bond market, which can hurt the entire global market system. Risk number two is what happens if interest rates go down. We know that President Trump wants lower interest rates. A lot of people want lower mortgage rates. If interest rates go down, Tether's income goes down. And how would that impact their business, especially because now they are a private company that is controlling the United States debt? And risk number three that people have is what happens if Bitcoin crashes even further. Well, historically, what we've seen is that Bitcoin crashes are actually good for stablecoins, because when Bitcoin crashes, people want a more stable investment, and so they go to something safer like stablecoins. This is why it's so important for you to be an investor. If you got value out of this video, the best thank you is a referral. So if you could, please share this video with a friend, family member, colleague, or fellow investor. That way I can continue to spread this type of financial education. Thank you. President Trump's new Fed chair recently finished his first meeting, and his announcements caused money to change overnight. Gold prices crashed to under $4,000 for the first time in months. Silver prices crashed even harder than that, and Bitcoin prices fell off of a cliff. This is where everybody is pointing their fingers at Kevin Warsh's new economic plan as